Shooting is one of the most important aspects of EAFC 24. If you don't know how to shoot, you won't score as many goals, which means you won't win as many games. So I'm going to be explaining how to perfect 3 different types of shooting, starting with Trivelas and finesse shots, moving on to timed finishing, and finishing off with one of the most important types of shooting in the game, and that's one-on-ones with the goalkeeper. Starting with Trivelas and finesse shots, I put both of these in the same category because the setup is pretty much the same. But before we get into it, it's important to note that there are certain players you want to use for each type of shot, and those are players with the finesse or Trivela playstyle plus. If they only have the playstyle, that's okay too, but they won't finish as good. Here we have Hwang-min Son, right-footed player with the finesse shot playstyle plus. All you gotta do is take the ball down the line until you get about here. You want to create this angle where you can curl it over the goalie's head, and you only want to use about 3 to 3.5 bars of power. The same works on the left side when you do it with Mo Salah. You just take the space down the line, ball roll into the finesse shot, and it's an easy goal. Now here's what you gotta do with Trivelas. Here we have Luka Modric, a right-footed player with the Trivela playstyle plus, and do the same thing, just ball roll. You really just want to create that angle between the player and the goal, then hold LT and B with about 3 to 3.5 bars of power. It's a very ratty thing to do, but if you have these opportunities, I would take them every time. Now let's move on to the shooting technique that most people forget about, timed finishing. There is no way around this. Timed finishing will be one of the most tedious things you do, but it's also the most rewarding. And unlike the finesse shot and Trivelas, there are no play styles you can use to make this better. Make sure you have timed finishing on in the settings, and also turn on the timed finishing indicator in the trainer. Once you have this set up, every time you take a shot, this thing on top of your player will turn on. It helps you identify if you're early, on time, or late when you're trying to time finish. To do this correctly, get ready to shoot. Press circle or B to initiate the shot and get power, and then press it one more time as your player's foot is about to hit the ball. There's really no secret tricks to this. It's just going to take a lot of practice and effort doing. It is really interesting though, because most people don't know how much a red, yellow, or green timed finish will affect your shot and accuracy. But if you green time it, your shot is about 20 to 25% more powerful and accurate. Yellow time is close or a little worse than just normal shots. And when you red time it, good luck hitting the goal. What's great though is if you're late, nothing happens. Because think about it, you've already shot the ball and the game didn't even know that you were trying to time finish. So if you're gonna try time finishing, you'd much rather be late than early. Now on to one of the most important parts of the game, one-on-ones with the goalkeeper. There are 2 things you have to keep in mind here. Number 1 is that he's probably gonna move his goalkeeper. So like here, if you get it on your player's strong foot, you can just finesse shot and bury it. And he's not gonna save that unless he moves his goalie so far. Or you can wait a second and let him make the first move. Because if he makes the first move, all you have to do is react and score an easy goal. And the second thing is you can dribble the goalkeepers really easy this year. If he pulls him out at all, you can just pass it right past him. All you have to do is ball roll and shoot. Right here's a perfect example. Goalkeeper comes out a little bit, just ball roll and pass it right past him. And that's all we have for this video. Thank you so much for watching. Peace.